Wishes. Joey wishes for my parents to see me win at least one more match. The crowd screams my name as I feel the ball hit my foot. My instinct is to kick it, and so I raise my leg and look at the crowd with the widest grin on my face. If my wishes come true, my parents are out there somewhere watching me, cheering me on. I catch them both in the corner of my eye. Then the screams come. I kick at the air and fall flat on my butt as the players around me rush around in a panic. The crowd is screaming and running and praying, and it's all because of my parents. My parents were zombies. Rotting flesh, a hunger for brains, the whole shebang. I want to cry and run, but I'm frozen in my spot, staring at them blankly. Half the crowd are zombies now, and they're all heading towards me. I'm tempted to let them come. What's the point of carrying on now? Might as well give up and become Joey the zombie. That doesn't sound too bad. Charles has always said I'd make a hot zombie, and he's right. I'd be pretty efficient too, with all the working out that I do. I'd be able to catch my prey in no time. Joey, what are you doing? I hear one of my teammates, Jayjay, calling my name. I turn to him defeated, and he grabs my arm, pulling me to safety. We stand in a hallway, and he bolts the door shut behind us. Have you lost your mind, Joey? Those were freaking zombies out there. You could have died. I shrug. I don't care. He looks at me horrified, like he doesn't even recognize me anymore. We've known each other for years, since preschool. He was the first guy I came out to. We came out at the same time, actually. Seeing the disappointment in his face makes me realise just how bad of a friend I've been. These last few months I've hardly spoken to him. I tell him I think I need a moment to myself to try and make sense of what's happening, and he tells me that's a good idea, so I walk off and leave him to guard the door. I make my way to the changing room and slump down on the bench, the faces of my parents etched into my brain. I pray for the explanation, and like magic comes the fairy. Parent troubles her? She giggles as she takes a seat next to me. You should meet my dad. He's an absolute jerk towards me. I jump up and scream at her, asking her why, how she thought this must be so funny, but she just sits there and takes a deep breath. I know I'm not the nicest creature in all the realms right now. I admit I have played a few of your family members, but in all honesty, Josiah, I had no intention for this to happen. She pats the bench next to her, and I retake my seat. I truly tried to bring your parents back. I thought, hey, this boy has been through enough this last year. I could at least cut him some slack by actually granting his wish. But there are some things that aren't within my power. I can't bring back the dead, at least not in any other way than this. I believe her. This is not the same fairy that was teasing and taunting us back home. This is a fairy that looks defeated, apologetic even. I forget where I am for a moment and ask for her name. My name is Princess Sapphire Stone of the Fair Folk. I laugh and she looks at me a little taken aback. I go to tell her I just think it's funny she's a real-life fairy princess. When Jayjay bursts through the door, undead, Princess Sapphire turns to me. You need to finish your game, Joey. That's the only way to end your wish, otherwise you'll be trapped in a wish realm forever as a zombie. I ask her how I'm supposed to do that, and she shrugs. You're a clever guy. You'll figure it out. Just make sure your parents see you score the winning goal. Then she disappears. Great. Round up my zombie parents so they can watch me score a goal, whilst my childhood friend blocks the door with more zombies piling up behind him. Easy peasy. Not. Jayjay continues towards me. I look around for a way out, but there is nowhere to go. Guess I have to go out the way I came. I take a deep breath and charge forward, forcing myself past Jayjay and through the horde. I think that's what a group of zombies is called. They claw and scratch and try to bite at me as I break my way through. It's an agony I've never experienced before, like fire running through my veins. The only thing I could compare it to was my first Hep B vaccine. That was agony. My arm is dead for a week. I'll be dead forever if I don't get out of here. As I break my way through, I search for my parents. I can't see them inside, so I escape to the outside. This is a big no-no in any zombie horror film I've ever seen, but I've no other choice. The entire crowd is surrounding me now. I'm pushed to the floor and the zombies claw at my skin. Their nails are sharper than any knife I've ever used. I feel my blood boil to the surface of my skin, and I'm sure I'm screaming, but the moaning of the undead is so loud I can't hear myself think. By pure chance, I find the feet of my mother. She's wearing her dark green wellies, and that she always brings to my matches. They're covered in dry black blood, but are unmistakably hers. I jump to my feet and grab her by the arm. My dad is close by, and I grab him too, dragging him out to the pitch. I search frantically for the ball, but it's gone, lost somewhere among the horde. It's only now I notice my dark grey rotting flesh. It falls off my arm, revealing ashy yellowish bone. I want to faint and succumb to my fate, but I can't. If I can end this wish, I will. My parents have stopped pursuing me now. They recognize me as one of them. I avoid eye contact. I don't want to see them like this. They deserve better than this. I dig my nails into the side of my head, screaming, trying to think, when I have an idea. A terrible, gruesome, sickening idea. I dig my nails deeper into my skull, feeling my bones crack and crumble under them, and I pull up whilst looking at the goal, focusing solely on the goal. My head tears from my neck, and I drop it to the ground with a thump. My head stares at the goal as my headless body lifts its leg, ready to take its shot. The world spirals around me before I land face down in the grass. You did it, Joey. You made it. I hear the disembodied voice of Princess Sophia whisper in the wind as I open my eyes back in the safety of our living room. My heart pounds rapidly in my chest as I stand frozen in place. I still feel dead, like everything stopped, until Charles pulls me into a hug, so powerful I feel my soul return to my body.